Okay, so I'm ready to share my story around the dark night of the soul I had a few weeks ago. It's taken me 3 weeks to physically heal from what happened. I must just say I'm laughing because I'm wearing this pink top almost in all of my videos lately, and I find it's funny because I saw this and like a couple of other tops in a shop in Camden like last week, and I tried them on. They're quite like affordable, and I just like fell in love with them. Like this color pink, I'm like so attracted to at the moment, and I had so much contraction around buying them because I have so much fear around spending money at the moment, and it's so annoying because I know that it's not helping me to be in the state of contraction. Yet I'm also about to enter a portal of becoming a mother, and I have absolutely no idea what's on the other side. And because I'm self-employed, I'm like, I have to hold on to every single penny. And anyway, I bought the fucking tops and I wear them all the time, not consciously thinking, oh, I must wear them all the time because I spent this money, but because I love them, and it just brings me so much joy. And it's just such a great example to me of how I don't need to hold on so tightly and be in a holding pattern around money at the moment, and trust my innate knowing. And I spoke a lot about that on my stories today. Anyway, the story I have to tell you is an interesting one. So let me do the dishes because it helps me to focus on something. Yeah, okay. It's going to be a bit wet there. Oh well. And so I got back from Cape Town about a month ago, and I don't know if it was the influence of being in Cape Town. It's quite interesting. I've been reflecting on this a bit. There's quite a focus on aesthetics in a place like that, especially amongst like, white privileged communities. It's like very like what you look like. And when I took my friends from here to Cape Town for my 30th birthday 5 years ago, they couldn't believe how many hot people, they've never seen so many hot people in their lives. So like a lot of my friends are getting Botox and, like doing all this like fancy stuff, and it's just so not me. And I don't judge it in any way. There's like a part of me that feels like, oh, I wish I could kind of like do Botox and feel cool about it, but it's just not me, And one of the things that like everyone's doing is like their eyebrows, like getting their eyebrows done. And like I think eyebrows are cool. I think people with thick eyebrows, especially natural thick eyebrows, like my little sister, is the best eyebrows I've ever seen in my life, although she probably doesn't appreciate them now because she's 16. Hi, babe. Yeah, it's beautiful. I think it's beautiful, natural to big, thick eyebrows. Anyway, so I come back and I'm like, I want to get my eyebrows done. And, perfectly normal eyebrows. They're great. There's nothing wrong with them. But I just wanted to, like, treat myself. And especially during the pregnancy, it is quite hard to be doing things that make me feel good. Like, because I can't run, like, do the type of exercise that I would usually do that really helps me to feel super strong and, like, not only physically, but mostly mentally and emotionally. And when I was in Cape Town, like, I wasn't climbing the mountain or doing any of that. So things like that, like, getting my nails done, I've done a couple of times whilst I've been pregnant. So I booked this appointment at this very reputable salon down the road. You can tell where this is going, don't you? And almost finished the dishes, fantastic. And to get a tint done and like a little bit of shaping if I needed it. She did a patch test on both ears with normal dye and henna dye. So I have had reactions to dye in the past from box hair dye. I've dyed my hair a couple of times and I haven't had reactions. Sometimes like a little bit like irritated my scalp. And then I have done my eyebrows once before and I had a reaction, but it was quite mild. And they told me it was because they had waxed and tinted like on the same day or something. Or the wrong way around. They'd done it the wrong way around. That's why I'd had that reaction. So anyway, that's why I had the patch test done. They told me 24 hours I could make an appointment, and then by that time, if I hadn't had a reaction, then I mustn't come in. So didn't have a reaction. Had a reaction to the hair dye, very mild, also just a little bit of irritation. Didn't have a reaction to the henna. I was like, cool, I'll get the henna done. Like, henna's natural. They told me it was natural. Henna, natural. And I got to get my eyebrows done. They do a little bit of shaping, threading, which now in hindsight I realize probably shouldn't have done, even though it was such a little bit, but I don't think it would have had anything to do with that, to be honest. And yeah, left feeling quite happy. And it was a little bit red, but that was normal, right? Normal. And went home, and then the next day I was still a bit red, and I was like, am I having a reaction? What's going on? And then I noticed that day, because actually with henna you're supposed to wait 48 hours, so they fucked up in that regard. So the reaction only showed 48 hours later. I was like, wow, getting quite a reaction behind my ear. Nothing compared to what was about to happen to my eyebrows and my entire face. Yeah, I was a little bit in denial maybe for like a day, and then went to the pharmacy, and they were like, I think we need to give you some cream, put some very, very like thin layer of this steroid cream on your eyebrows, and it should go down. You're just having a reaction. Next day I wake up, couldn't open my eyes. My whole face was swollen. This was on like a Friday. My whole face was swollen. And my eyebrows were starting to blister. Guys, no. Also still in a little bit of denial. Like, because the swelling went down after I woke up. And I was like, okay, maybe it's just maybe, just a mild reaction. And then went to yoga. I remember the teacher saying, everything okay? Yeah, and then I had the osteopath appointment. And she was also like, everything okay with your face? I was like, no, I've had a mild reaction to an eyebrow tint. I've got some cream, it'll go down. That afternoon I went to the chemist, and these poor women who had prescribed me the cream looked at me and were like, you need to go to hospital. Like, now, we can't give you anything because you're pregnant, and we're worried that this is infected. Then I had a breakdown. Then the funniest thing happened. I phoned who I thought was my midwife, because my midwife's name is Gemma. And I just found the word Gemma on my phone and phoned Gemma, who's a girl that I know from Morning Gloryville. Bless her. Not a close friend at all. Lovely, lovely girl. Was going to move in with her at one point in my life when I was very homeless. And she's wonderful. But I didn't even let her get a word in for her to tell me that it wasn't her, that this was not the Gemma I was meant to be phoning. I went, hi Gemma, it's Amy. I've had a allergic reaction to an eyebrow tint, and I was giving her all my symptoms. It was hysterical, and at the end she was like, oh my god, Amy, like, I really wish I could help, but I just don't think that you phoned the right person. Anyway, then I did eventually phone the right Gemma, and she told me to go to the pregnancy A&E kind of thing at the hospital that I'm registered. So it's like a day clinic where you can go at any time when you're beyond 30 weeks, I think, and discuss any problem with you. Mostly it's like women who are worried about the baby, something's, they're bleeding, or they've not enough movement or something. And I rock up there with like a blistered eyebrow situation and a swollen face and black eyes, also black eyes. The woman was very shaming at the reception, which was quite sad, because I was already feeling very embarrassed. And there are these people waiting in this waiting room, with their big bellies, like worried about something legitimate about their baby. And there I was rocking up with like an eyebrow tint reaction. And it was just it felt so cruel, like from the universe in a way. I was just like, wow, I was just trying to do something nice for myself. And I did all the right things. Did the patch test, like, it was such good intentions. And then the fucking thing just exploded in my face, literally. And she just was quite shaming, and then she was almost not going to let me see the doctor. She was like, you need to go to A&E. This is not a pregnancy problem. I was like, okay. She was like, let me just phone the doctor. She phoned the doctor and he said, no, let her stay. I will come see her. And we waited there. Bradley came, waited there for like an hour. And then she saw this doctor, junior doctor. He literally looked like he'd just come out of university. He was fascinated by my face. And bless him, quite sweet. But he told me, no, I mustn't be using the steroid cream. And I must go on antibiotics. Q breakdown. Because for me, big thing. Pregnant. Done something to my face, very worried, very angry with myself, can't believe what I've done, it's all my fault, I'm so fucked up, what the fuck, oh my god. Now I have to go on antibiotics, my microbiome's ruined, my child's immunity's ruined, like this is so, it was so, wow, and that was just the beginning, because, yeah, he gave me the antibiotics and there was nothing I could do. I just had to fucking take them, because I just wasn't going to play games with this. And obviously did research, spoke to a few people, including my dad, you know, who's a Western medical doctor, but he's also someone I really trust. And he was like, you don't want to mess around with this. It could be an infection. You need to take the antibiotics. And I was like, got my probiotics ready and all the thing and had quite a big surrender around it. Yeah, they started taking the antibiotics and it just wasn't getting better, hey guys. The longest healing process I've ever been through, and it took me into this dark night where I was just confronted by all of these these just this awful narrative I had going at myself, like feeling so worthless and guilty and like pathetic, like why did I do that, there's nothing, and then also this inability to accept it. I went back and forth with, I just couldn't accept that this is the way my face looked, because I couldn't go outside. I was like hiding under a hat and sunglasses, you know, and slowly the swelling started to go down. And then, like, you know, what the doctor told me to put on my eyebrow was a different cream. And my dad said, no, don't take that. You need to be taking this other cream. And I was just like, I don't fucking know who to listen to. It was one of those situations, it happens a lot for me in medicine, is like, no one people know what they're doing, but they also don't sometimes. And yeah, it is this very fine balance between, like, we really know, like, we must get all the information we need. It's just the same in a birth scenario. If you get a proper birth education around, like, what is possible for you if you want a vaginal birth, and like what the medical system can actually provide for you, and then what is actually just all up to you, which is basically everything. And like, you know, we have autonomy over our own bodies. We're just not taught to use that autonomy, and we're not empowered and educated about our bodies, you know, especially women when it comes to reproductive health and all of that. So I went through this whole, just a trajectory around that, and it was a massive blow, I think, as well, because I was in such a good space when I got back from Cape Town. I felt so motivated, I launched my course, do this thing, and then nuclear warfare on my face. Wow, it was bad. Like, I have shown one person, I think, photographs of what I looked like. Who was that? Oh, it was a couple of girls after the baby shower. And, not the baby shower, the beautiful ceremony that we had. I keep minimizing it by calling it a baby shower, but it wasn't. And yeah, other than that, it's actually the most terrifying and horrifying thing that's ever happened to me. And yeah, it eventually healed, but it took so long, like 3 weeks in total. They're only normal now. I lost a lot of my eyebrows. Literally, I was like picking, and my eyebrow was just like coming off. And yeah, I was refunded and had a conversation with them about it, because they really fucked up. Like the product, how's this? The product, because I got the details from them. It's like vegan, cruelty-free, organic, natural, 88% natural, 12% fucking chemicals, you assholes. So that's why I had the reaction, because there's this thing in there that's, I can't remember, it's called PPD or something, that can cause such severe reactions. And I did a lot of Googling as well, which I haven't done in my pregnancy really, because it's not useful. Some of the things I saw on like the Daily Mail of women that this has happened to, and they have like permanent scarring. I was like, when I'm permanent scarring, like I've ruined my face, I've ruined my whole life, because I've wanted to get my eyebrows tinted. I was like, you've ruined your whole life. There are a lot of lessons, and I've now been talking for 15 minutes. It's very long. So I perhaps will not go into all the lessons now. But one of them being, the most profound one, is that my eyebrows are completely fine as they are. That it's also okay that I wanted to do something nice for myself and that it didn't work out. It doesn't make me some kind of weird person. But it does, in simple terms, really affirm for me that those kind of things are not my vibe, and I don't need to like try and do them. Like it's just not me, you know. Because there was a lot of, all other women can go and get their eyebrows tinted and come out looking great. Not me, you know, because I get these kind of weird ailments. I always have my whole life. I've got like really weird lumps and rashes and like I have an understanding of the cause of it through all the hormone work that I've been doing, hormone health work that I've been doing. It's actually very interesting, and to be honest, a lot of it tracks back to just trauma. That the body will react to trauma in a particular way based on your levels of stress when you're very young, and then I think like when I was very young, I was like treated with like a lot of antibiotics and a lot of steroids for my hay fever, and I think that fucks up your capacity to be able to deal with like normal histamine levels in food and even just in pollen or whatever. I don't even know if pollen has histamine in it, but the allergies that, you know. And same with immunity. Like I don't get sick a lot, but it's food for thought. It's a tunnel. I could go down many different trajectories. But that's it for now, because my food is ready and I'm hungry, and God bless my beautiful eyebrows just the way they are.